What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about AI agents again. I made a video already the last few days that was obviously still valid, so make sure to check it out if you haven't already. But in this one, we're going to focus primarily on virtuals and some of the top plays of the ecosystem. So I decided to gather around 5 plays in virtuals, which yes, they all have pumped already, but I still believe that in the grand scheme of things are still very undervalued. And at the end of the day, we have nothing to compare these plays with, and I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going higher and higher. Perhaps some consolidation phase here and there, but I do believe that new highs are gonna come like astronomically in this Q1. And I do believe it's very smart for you guys to really analyze them despite the fact that they pumped a little bit, because probably they have much more room for growth. So I want to start obviously by virtuals, although this is not part of the list that I'm talking about today. Virtual is the protocol that we're gonna analyze today for all the 5 plays that I'm gonna talk about. If you don't know what virtual is, again, I have no idea what you've been doing for the last month or so, because this has taken crypto the world by storm. And the chart is also a very clear depiction of that, because it's got no chill. It's basically vertical, and it still some very small retracements here and there, but at the end of the day, this chart is just absolutely parabolic. It was just 5 cents a couple of months ago, and then it went on to touch 4.6. Right now is right below $4, so it retraced a little bit, around like 20% from the all-time high. It's still, in my opinion, undervalued for what it could become. I wouldn't be surprised if we do somewhere between a 3 to 5x still in this current bull cycle. It could be in the next 3 to 6 months. I do believe that anywhere between a 3 to 5x should be still granted for virtuals, but obviously it doesn't really make sense to buy virtuals right now unless you're trying to buy the virtuals token for actually its intended use, for the actual token utilities, which is launching AI agents on the virtuals protocol platform. You could see virtuals as a pump fund equivalent for the AI agent sphere. It allows the creation and subsequent tokenization of AI agents, meaning that you can basically create your AI agents the way that you want it to, assigning functions to it like automated posting, or even creating its own YouTube channel and doing live streams and all that sort of good jazz. And you also tokenize it, because it becomes an asset that is tradable on the blockchain, and it's going to get listed on the blockchain. It's going to be tradable on decentralized exchanges and perhaps even centralized exchanges at some point. Some are bigger than others, some are more undervalued than others. I'm not going to tell you obviously to buy anything in this video. Don't take anything that I'm going to say as financial advice. It's just my own interpretation of a very important matter in crypto right now, given that all the attention, all the eyes are on AI agents. There's multiple ways of actually trading these AI agents. So obviously you can buy them provided that they're already bonded to 100% completion, just like pump fund, right? That is going to be the more recent ones. But the biggest ones, obviously, they're already millions and millions in market cap. You can buy them here still with virtuals, with the swap function. Virtual is still a token on base, obviously, and you can connect your hot wallet and trade them essentially, or you can buy them on a centralized exchange or on a base decentralized exchange, like it could even be BullX, and that's pretty much the way that I've been trading the majority of the agents on base that I've been trading. So you can see right here that I have AIXPT on the screen, and this is probably one of the most interesting projects right now on the virtuals based ecosystem, but it's also the biggest one. Like, if you actually see the market cap of this is sitting at 500 million, and I don't really want to see how big of a risk to reward ratio it really has, because at the end of the day, yes, you could argue we're still at a very primordial phase when it comes to AI agents. They're still going to keep running up and higher, and this could still be extremely undervalued at the end of the day. Would I be surprised to see this at like 3 or 4 billion in market cap in a few months? No, I would not, but obviously there's going to be better opportunities if risk to reward ratio is what you're after. Right now, I do consider this one of the safest ones, but it's also not going to give you crazy access if that's what you're looking for. So the main function of AIXPT is providing market intelligence by essentially being a scanner of crypto Twitter and getting all sorts of valuable insight and information for investors coming from other traders and other very expert traders that dictate the movements of the market. It's already listed on a variety of centralized exchanges. exchanges. So you can see here that it's on BitGet, on Maxi, BingX. So honestly, that's already a bunch of centralized exchanges, and you're gonna be able to see also that all these AI agents, they have this symbol on X that it says automated by. So here, automated by the AIXPT terminal, the confirmation of the contract address. And you can also see how big this project is just by how many followers it has, which is pretty mind-blowing. This is one of the most established ones, and you can see that the amount of posting and impression that even this project is getting is better than 99% of the influencers on crypto Twitter, which should probably tell you something about what the future of this entire niche could be, because the potential, in my opinion, is still untapped. I think this was one of the first posts. It was on November 30th. So yeah, I mean, this has been around for a little over 1 month. So the fact that it's already $500 million in this time frame, it's probably a very good indication about what the future of this industry could be. But obviously, as I said, I'm not recommending any sort of buy signals in this video or anything. And at the end of the day, look, there's already some fathers when it comes to the virtual ecosystem here on CoinMarketCap. Some people are saying it broke the parabola. Parabolas don't really mean anything at the end of the day in crypto. They can be broken. They're not as strong as a diagonal even or a horizontal support line. So it doesn't really matter to me. But anyway, whether it's going to keep running or it's going to get a very hefty correction before going to new highs in the future, it's really not up to me or anyone else to say, because nobody can know. We haven't seen anything of the sort in crypto so far, but we're probably going to find out sooner than later. The thing is that if we're going to get big corrections, you're probably going to get very good entries before the price starts moving up again. Now, coming to the homepage here, you're going to see obviously some of the biggest ones and some also of the ones that in my opinion are very undervalued. And I can already spot some that are quite undervalued right now. And one of these is actually Sequoia. Sequoia is in a very different niche compared to the one of AIXPT, because if AIXPT is something like an analyst, Sequoia is actually a VC on the chain. Yes, AI VCs are actually a thing. It's quite scary in some sort of way, the fact that these things are possible, because if you think about it, like no human will be able to do what Sequoia is doing right now. And the thing is that it identifies opportunities for swing trading on the chain, and it actually actualizes it. I've seen a post that they flipped somewhere between 60 grand into 3 million in just a matter of hours, like something that, you know, people are gonna start being like, what the hell are actually these projects? But there's just two ways that you can act on things, you know, like you can just like sit back and look at this and like, what the fuck, I'm gonna be, you know, a very bad trader because now I'm competing with AI on the chain. Or you can actually invest into something like this and actually take advantage of what this technology means for the blockchain. So Sequoia AI is still relatively undervalued. Again, for what I've been mentioning right now, the market cap right now, it's only 67 million, incredibly undervalued compared to something like AIXPT. So if you're looking for something that is much smaller in market cap, it's not like SDGen or buying like something like $500,000 in market cap or whatever. But you can see that it's still like very small compared to some other of the projects that we're seeing that are like $500 million or hundreds of millions. This is still 72, but obviously even this chart is very overbought, and you will see a very current trend on all AI agents charts. 99% of the charts right now are very overbought, and I'm the kind of person that tries to buy charts when they're very oversold, because I try to do the opposite of what people are doing, because otherwise everybody would be a crypto billionaire, right? Listen, Sequoia, as I said, it's a VC on the chain that invests into projects, and it gives you also breaks down of what they invested in here on the X profile. So look, absolutely crazy. Here they are announcing that they've invested into X volatility. I don't even know what this is, but they're announcing, just like they were a human-led VC firm, of all the investments that they're doing. And not only they're just investing into something that has just been launching on the chain, but they're even telling you why they invested into that. Sometimes they give you a price prediction, or they even say, even how much return they've done if they actually sold the investment already. They also have a web page, sequoia.vc/portfolio, that tells you every single project that they have as part of their portfolio right now. So that's insane that you can even track their portfolio of investments. I don't want to make any sort of price prediction in this video, and again, these are not buy signals. I'm not telling you to buy any of the projects that I'm talking about in this video, but something that I want to put under your radar so you can perhaps do some more research and consider them or not consider them into your crypto AI agent portfolio, because this is the narrative that is going to stay here for months and months on end. So it's probably time for you to do some research. And if you also want to see help in your research and get all my trading signals and access to private sales and a variety of other benefits, I have a private group in which I bring all the early alpha before I bring it out to the YouTube. You guys already know where to find it. It's the first link down in the description, also the QR code that you see above my head. I'm going to talk more about it at the end of the video if you're interested in joining. Other than the fact that this is way more undervalued than the majority of the Virtuals project, it's not really listed on relevant centralized exchanges, just some tier 4 ones at best, and obviously most of the liquidity is coming from Base and Uniswap. So again, there could be a very good opportunity right there. The next two ones are going to be extremely interrelated. So one is Game and one is Convo. One is the brain of the Virtuals framework and one is the voice that communicates through the brain of the AI agents. I know that it sounds extremely complicated, but anyway, this is how they are described by the platform. Game has already corrected quite a bit compared to the majority of Virtuals projects that are sitting at an all-time high. So you can see that the all-time high was almost 400 million, and it corrected. It had a bit of a V-shaped bounce recovery. And this is also why this could be in a bigger and better buying zone compared to the majority of AI Virtuals projects out there, despite the fact that it's very big into market cap. And given that this is the exact brain of the ecosystem, to me it's just very easy to imply that if the virtual ecosystem is going to keep being developed, this is probably still going to be one of the driving forces, because again, it's described here, Game empowers AI agents to operate autonomously, processing inputs and generating responses. Game enables agents to refine their knowledge and improve their planning and performance over time. Listen, AI agents just simply cannot survive without the Game token, because this is empowering them. It's the real brain. You can see it almost as the LLM of the AI agents of the Virtuals ecosystem. And as a result, it's just pivotal to me that this project does well if the other projects were to do well. So it's really just betting on the virtual ecosystem if you're betting on the brain of the ecosystem. And just by looking at the chart, I do think that this is quite undervalued, despite the fact that it's $250 million in market cap. It's almost crazy even to me that I'm saying these things, but at the end of the day, if you see the big correction that it had already, and the fact that, you know, new agents are being born every single day, very big liquidity is being injected into the system. Look, there's a 35K buy just now, like massive buys that are still occurring on the chain. I just don't see how this is not going to perform extremely well from here. And again, nobody's going to be able to give you a price prediction. Even, you know, all these people that are going to give you a price prediction on this, they're just full of crap, because at the end of the day, we have nothing to compare these projects to, and we just cannot know how well they're going to do, or perhaps even how bad they're going to do. But the threshold, we just don't have a threshold to compare them to, or to say we're going to stop at this level of market cap. It's just impossible to say for lack of historical data. As I was saying, Convo is going to be the project that is going to be hand in hand with Game, because Convo is the voice that communicated the brain with the virtual agents. As described here on Virtuals, is an advanced AI system built for meaningful dynamic conversations, consciously decides how to respond and engages in deep conversations. It's powering over 200 agents with more than 1 million requests in the first 2 months. Listen, if you see similarities with the chart of Game, then you're not wrong, because I'm seeing exactly the same thing. And just like the chart of Game has corrected the 40 to 50% from the all-time high, I'm seeing the same chart right here, but at a smaller market cap. So perhaps if you're looking into buying Game, but you want something that is even higher risk but higher potential rewards, I think that those charts, given that they do exactly similar task into connecting AI agents into the virtual ecosystem with different features. I do believe that these charts are gonna move very, very similar. You can see that the first correction, again, that we've seen in game is also happening here, but at a much smaller scale. So if I was to invest into something that is risky, to be risky, I would rather buy something that is smaller in market cap, because I'm gonna be able to get better rewards out of it. That is just my take. Obviously, you're free to do whatever you want, but according to my reasoning, this would probably be one of the best buys that you're gonna see in this video. The market cap is very comparable to the one of Sequoia, but the charts are looking completely different, because the chart of Sequoia just looks like it just went up on a straight line, and the chart of Convo, on the other hand, is having the descending wedge that is looking to scream at least to accumulation zone to me. And the last one of today's video is gonna be VADER AI. This is automated by VADER Research, so another virtuals project, and it's very interesting. It's a little different from anything that we were able to look at today. And you can see it as a sort of market analyst that analyzes the value and some price targets even of other virtuals projects out there. And it gives you the tickers, and you can see here that it's analyzing some of the price movement of some of the virtuals agent. It's analyzing the market cap, or even what the price value is of set number of tokens of these projects. I think that you can still put this into the field of VC/DAO, but also sort of market analyst and market intelligence. It's not that different from what AIXPT does, but this is more on a VC/DAO perspective. And I do think that this is also a very interesting project, and the chart is looking quite bullish. We've seen two major run-ups for the moment, so we are now entering the second consolidation phase. You can see that pretty much in the time of me filming this video, everything is entering a consolidation phase, and this is also because of the fact that virtuals is having some sort of a tiny consolidation phase after pumping so damn much over the last few weeks. So given that virtual is retracing a little bit, you're going to be able to perhaps scoop some of the dips into, you know, these consolidation phases of all the major players into the virtuals ecosystem. I cannot tell you when to buy and when to sell, but you probably want to be aware that the rule of buying low and selling high applies. So you're not want to be the kind of guy that buys here, but you want to be the kind of guy that buys here after a correction actually takes place. I gotta say that this is probably my least favorite project out of the list of today's picks. I would much rather buy something like Sequoia or even Convo. Those are probably gonna be the two AI agents that I'm most interested in, just because of the things that they're looking at, especially Sequoia, that is actually actively investing and having their portfolio of investments, and also Convo, just because of the relationship that it has with the other AI agents. I do think that the insights of VADER are a bit vanilla, but at the end of the day, this is bigger in market cap than some of those projects, so maybe I'm just stupid and I just can't see how well this project can do, but I still believe it's gonna be one of the top performing ones. This is why I'm bringing it out to you in this video. So at 90 million with an all-time high of 150 million, we're still having very noticeable 40% retracement from the all-time high, and on a TA perspective as well, the chart just looks really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to new high very soon, but I think that for all the projects that have been mentioned today, the main catalyst event should be virtuals going to a new all-time high and starting another trend in the green soon. I thank you so much for watching this video as always, and if you stick around to the end, I mean, at least drop a like, because it helps me grow my channel tremendously. And if you want to get all the early alpha, obviously make sure to join my VIP group. I have several options for joining, and all of my benefits, everything is listed on my website. Is the first link down in the description, also the QR code you see above my head. Prices are increasing very soon, so this might be one of the last chances that you got to get in at very cheap prices. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey, and until then, take care for now.